3 in the Heartstopper or 2 in the Death Pulse, so just keeping an eye here on if they can get this kill on Owie and then put Layla's back full mana, and they were able to do that before. Spectral Dagger thrown to Layla's. They've got the telekinesis, so a lot of damage being done to Owie. One more right click needed to get the kill, but MSS won't find it. Getting really close, especially with that Heartstopper aura. And then bottom, Yawar's been spotted, goes into the Sprout, trying to TP. Meander does not have Shackle off cooldown, and the Nature's Grasp doing some damage here on the Kezzo for the body block, potentially to have SVG move forward. However, he won't commit to that.
Moon just TP's over to mid now. I think you're worried about this push coming up from Quinn. I think at very low health though. Again, Quinn commits onto him. He could go down. He's been ready to fall back on 5 steak charges. A bunch more as Quinn spams out the static remnants, had the creep wave. I think I think you kind of hope that Brian will back off into the jungle, try to farm some neutral items for his team, and you sit mid with Mumienda. Get a couple of levels for yourself. You sit mid though, again, it's pretty dangerous. Storm Spirit's being level 7 is able to just hop on top of you. He's got the 4 points in this overload. He's looking for kills with this build.
TP over the Jakiro, SVG moving forward. He's only level 4 with the Nature's Grasp down, so Bryle and Owie will back off. They've got a ward inside the jungle, hoping that Bryle, like you said, moves back in there to farm. He hasn't done so just yet, as this push has been continuous onto the mid-tier 1, so he's making sure that he can keep it healthy. And now, Quinn, he heads towards top. I don't know if Owie spots him just yet.
He spotted Owie with that Observer ward right there, and again, you've got 4 points into overload. Fortunately, there are 2 heroes nearby. It discourages Quinn from wanting to jump on.
And he's still thinking about committing top, and this ward's going to spot him. So now they know HFN, he's in the jungle. I wouldn't be surprised if moves come out immediately, but that being said, there's a smoke move by Crazy coming up towards the top lane, and Quinn, he's able to disengage basically immediately.
There's just a power shot in the Roshan tries to find a ward. It's such an odd ward location between these teams and weird warding games we see going on. Like this one over here, like smoking up at the very start of the game just to play at that Observer ward where you're pretty sure it's the enemy.
Arena down bottom, Yawar. He gets speared to the side of the arena. He'll end up dead in this situation. Bryle rotates for this.
Yeah, I mean, that one makes sense. We talked about that Arena and Leshrac combo. Just being able to sit in place top lane, we finally see Moon Miranda go down. So Quinn finally being able to take advantage of his build. I'm not sure he'll be able to grab Kazu though. He'll do a lot of damage.
He'll try, spear back. Lois use that Reaper Scythe, I believe, on Lead Runner.
Yeah. Just he is unfortunately really wishing he had it there. He managed to take out the position for support, but really who cares when he just lost Mars because he didn't have it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pretty sure Mumienda would have gone down there anyways. Just brought him down a little bit faster, and of course, crediting the kill to yourself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
10 minutes, down even spawn. Get 2 of them right away, unless I know just 1 on each mid hero. Storm Spirit, grabbing this other one now.
Fears fading.
And then leave that last one up. Power shot is now up. Oh.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, so that fight on Fight Recap is separated. Pretty good there, though, for Crazy. Again, I'm seeing a repeat of that early game. And, of course, they got mid-tower during that, too. It sucked to lose Brile at the start of that fight, but he managed to take something out of it. My only issue is, are we going to see a repeat of last game? You take some good fights, you get some early towers, and then you end up giving away the game to just like a couple of the heroes on your team not being quite the right position when they need to be, or going a bit more greedy items than brawly ones against the Salamat Quincy crew. It's a lot more clear what you need to do this game for them. Again, you have the Spectre, and you're playing against this war on the Nature's Prophet. You know, it's going to be a very aggressive lineup from them. You need to be able to defend your towers, take fights to the enemies while making space. I think the fact that it's easier telegraphed their win condition is going to make it a little bit easier for Crazy this game.
Crazy so far doing a good job of keeping the game even, despite the fact that the laning stage didn't exactly go the way that they would have liked. You can see just based on the net worth that, you know, Spectre is close, but the rest of these heroes, especially the Mars, are a little ways off. Wrath of Nature ends up getting used. Brile as well as Moonhander coming over. Quinn already down to about half mana. Shackle comes in and they've got 4 heroes here. Noid Ice Path hits on the 2. Brile in trouble. Overdrive comes in. They get the Kona Moonhander. Now they with 3 per side. That slams down Brile. They'll find a third in Owie, and only running away is Kezu. So a good job there, especially started off with MSS, who does have Ice Path again. He's just able to throw it. He doesn't have to wind it up. So now you've got the telekinesis to follow that up. They'll get the kill on a Kezu. They'll take out the Mars. And all of a sudden, 4 kills go the way of Crazy.
It's very scary when better Jakiro gets Ice Path. Again, the fact that he has that 0.1 second cast point on stolen spells rather than like the massive cast point of like 0.5, 0.6 seconds, something like that on Jakiro. It's stupidly high. You have huge cast range too, and of course anything on Rubik he gets to use better because he's got spell amplification and debuff amplification. So your 2-second Ice Path is lasting like 2.8 seconds at its current level. Sorry, once he has more points in Arcane Supremacy. Yeah, it's quite easy for him to land it onto multiple heroes when he doesn't have that same cast point wind up that Jakiro has.
Yeah, we talk about how it's kind of hard for Jakiro to be the initiator on some of these stuns, but when you steal that Ice Path, it makes it so easy for the Root to have the double stun, double lockdown.
Isn't it wild that that same spell functions completely differently? Like, suddenly you do want to use it as that initiation spell, just because it's on Ruvik.
So much easier to land in that situation.
Very low cooldown too. It's only got like 5 to 6 seconds downtime on that Ice Path, and of course you consider the fact that you have the the lift as well. You're just keeping the entire enemy team stunned up for such lengthy periods of time.
Lightning over onto the high ground. They find Brile once again. Ice Path lands. Ice Path thrown by Owie. It won't land. Brile ends up dead. Balling back. Queen low on mana. Telekinesis slammed down on a Kezu. Got SPG here. HFN looking to go forward. Ice Path misses from MSS. So SPG will go into the overgrowth. He's just trying to survive. They might be able to get the kill on HFN. If not too careful. There's the Reaper sight. That just came off cooldown for Lilith. Now the Ice Path hits on Kezu. Kezu on the run, but Kezu not quick enough, and Quinn gets yet another 6k lead for Quincy Crew.
Yeah, that fight swinging things 2,500 XP in their favor, about 1,600 gold. Not bad at all. And the biggest thing is the Spectre you're taking down, slowing down his game, stopping him from coming online. The 2 things that are going to bring Crazy into this is Leshrac as the game starts up, and Spectre as it finishes out and closes. It's really going to be able to blow everything on the enemy team up. Able to get on the back line, and these weaker heroes like Treant Protector and Rubik, even able to get on top of this Nature's Prophet is a pretty good thing, but getting your game slowed down like this, it's not great. Still, God, what is this? 1,100 gold from this Manta style. It's gonna take you a little while if you keep taking deaths like that. And Quincy's happy to run their face into you again and again, especially with the heroes they got. And you are muted, Beakup.
Radiant's middle tower is under
No,
attack.
my button's fine.
Radiant are
Okay.
scanning.
Shackle on the Rubik. Macro fire down. Spear hits. MSS ends up dead. You are just continuing to farm. He's going in an MKB very early off this Midas.
Groups up here on Moonmeander and Kezu. I think they're looking to set something up. They definitely want to move around with Bryle, though. Again, take advantage of the fact that they're stuck underneath all of his abilities: Diabolic Edict, Lightning Storm, the Pulse Nova. Also, just still level 1, so the damage coming out from it is a little bit slow. That's an excellent item for them. Probably pass it over to Bryle here, give him that magic damage amp. Come on, hand it over. There you go. The Embrace for him. 6% spell amp.
I'll be happy
But
with that.
Yeah, probably want to take a fight with this one. I'm not sure that bottom lane is where you want to go. Again, Lilith does have her Defiance mechanism up, as well as a magic wand with 20 charges. There's easier targets to go for. So they need to have vision of them. Right now, it's the only person they can see or saw recently is Lilith here.
Smoke used by Quincy Crew. See if they can make something happen. Lilith's nearby, and he'll go on to the high ground with the rest of the team. Quinn look for an option to go bowling, HFN, and that's exactly what he does. So he's got the lockdown. The Shackle ends up missing. They're looking if they need the overgrowth. They don't even need it. So 3% from Lilith on HFN. Kill there onto the Spectre. All is
Dyer's
taken
top
out
tower is
by
under
Quincy Crew.
attack.
Yeah, not great for him.
Radiant's
Again,
bottom
this
tower is under
Nimbus
attack.
Tower getting slowed down just a
Dyer's
little
middle
bit
tower
more.
is
Still
under
200 gold
attack.
away from it.
Dyer's
Once he has it, it makes it a little bit easier to grab some of these heroes, and you're able to get out of overgrowth, but it doesn't come out too late at that point. Are you able to blow people up on the back line? We do just need more farm. Kezu is just dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Blown away!
And I don't think Bryle can continue to pursue anybody else. He's just blown up
Too
by
far
Storm.
forward. Telekinesis comes in, and he is easily dispatched.
He's doing all they can to try and defend at the moment, but nobody can sit in front of towers while Mars is gone. Nobody can spam out the waves and punish the enemies
Dyer's
while that
middle
Shrek's
tower
dead.
is under
So
attack.
they're going to lose this tier 2 here, probably. Just commit to it.
Dyer's bottom tower has
They might commit to that and more. Getting these kills very quickly. They've taken out HFN a couple times, and things have just gone their way constantly. They're up 11k.
The 19 minutes, not bad at all. And MSS, of course, just spamming a power shot on the creep waves.
The ice path, the stone ice path thrown at Kezu, and end up getting the kill on Mars, and look for owies in the trees. Moonmeander already running a little bit further back than I think they're capable of grabbing. However, I say that, and they've got Yawar coming in. Lot of damage. Shackle lands, ice path hits. Now they might be able to get that kill. Reaper Scythe on a moon. And they will take a fourth.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
That fight there, it started out so well for them. You bring down Quinn. You think, excellent. Maybe we grab the hero. He just got his bloodstone. Anything to help slow down his game. He did pretty amazing damage as well, but you
Dyer's
lost the
bottom
big
tower
guys
has
that started that team fight. Made it, or rather, yeah, Crazy lost the guys that started that team fight, so ended up losing the tier 2 tower anyway. So even though you're like
Stupendous!
grabbing the Storm Spear, these fights are still going so far for the enemy way. They have so much sustain in these fights, it's hard for them to bring them down.
Vortex, ice path. alive. HFN falls, followed by Owie, and 2 are dead once again on the side of Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, even when they dive the tower on these heroes, they changed leech seed back to how it used to be. So you press it onto somebody, it does all the pulses. Stuff and to give them magic resistance too, and that's all you've got really going for you at the moment. You have no real form of physical. You've got Brile dishing out the damage inside the Mars Ult Arena, and not much else.
Scan comes in from Crazy over the Roche bib. However, it's where you are, TP's in, but there's the ball lightning and the kill. Everybody got on the side of Crazy. They've got 3 ups for Quincy Crew and a 20k lead.
You take the Roche fight, but you're just too slow. Again, Stormspirit gets right back up, and all you manage to grab is supports. 2,000 net worth change going the way of Quincy Crew yet again, and 3,400 XP. The Spectre getting blown up. To spam this Ghost Shroud on the hero now.
Ball lightning all the way over. They'll find Moon Meander once again. The shackle ends on the Queen. Wrath of Nature used. Overthrow kicks on the bars as well as the Windrunner. Ball lightning forward, get themselves at least one. As he throws the spear and that hits the tree and against the wall. They lose Kezu, they lose Moon Meander. They only have buyback on the Mars. Not really going well.
Heroes, just them. I don't think they can hold this. They're gonna rip through the tower so fast here. Look at them go. Even quicker with Blightstone Afterburn.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Down balling forward from Quinn. They've got the telekinesis as well as Vortex. Ice Path lands, but Brile just gets ripped to shreds.
Brile, he does have buyback, and he may need to here. Again, you don't want to give up the Rex. I could give that up anyways. You don't want to waste Arena of Blood without having the electroactive.
With the BKB on Quinn, they'll immediately use it. Vortex hits onto the Mars. They'll take out Kezu. Stun lands with the Ice Path hitting on the Necrophos, but again, they just don't have the follow-up, especially without Brile, and they'll just call GG.
Just like that, GG's called 26 minutes in the game. This game way more one-sided than the first one. We saw brief glimpses of brilliance by Team Crazy, but again, they weren't able to secure farm the Spectre. I think maybe they put priorities on the wrong heroes, and of course, Stormspirit.
Mind the track needs to pay, give a birth to thoughts of the
5 seconds remaining.
I make love to women.
Radiant team back.
Like Venom. I'm an MC, you're a rapper. I'm as real as they come. What half the guys you idolize are just actors. Run from commitment, I'm a main lawyer. You call women bitches, I call them queens because they
Infamous.
gorgeous. Make rap
Turn
songs, I
back.
make
Radiant
soul.
team back.
Your mic is still on.
Yo, I saved my cash, yours you blow.
What? No, it's not.
I think your child special. You say it's so stupid. I'm pouring my heart out and everything written.
My mic was on?
Remains hidden. And yo, I touch the subject's nerves, I stay hidden.
No mic's on.
Better than you, I just think different. Is the
10
glass half
seconds
full?
remaining.
Let it just in the track.
Based on your perspective, quite simply.
Well,
With
it's
the
the track.
I know what I'm saying, listen. I just think different. Is the glass
Why's
half
Jack
full?
gotta do me like that, B-Cup?
Dude, you just
Quite
freaked me out.
Know what I'm saying? Listen, son, I ain't better than you. I just think different. My fam runs things like French. Yo, my people pop dog, them tough guys pop too.
Radiant team
drop, their rise copy, and while I originate material to stimulate positive thought patterns when the chosen start gathering. You are done. Yo, I got you. Wow, I'm out doing it. Why you talking about it? I'm constantly in the mix while you walk around. You try, I do. I'm watching clueless. I get the job done. You fella make excuses. I'm a gentleman, your behavior's abusive. Yo, I'm patient. You jump in the gun. False start. You
10
call up the
seconds
dress code.
remaining.
I'll drop the Walmart. Suck out all hard and you half-hearted. Good
5 seconds remaining.
You wanna start?
At the last laugh, but we laugh artists. Is the glass
Radiant
half
team
full or
back.
half empty?
I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees.
All right, welcome back here. Series number 2 for Zoomers against Infamous coming your way. And, you know, we got
10
ourselves...
seconds remaining.
Should be a good series. Four Zoomers have been fun to watch.
5
Infamous have been
seconds
very fun to
remaining.
watch as well. Sam Boy's birthday. He's getting inaugurated into the Boomer squad. He's out-aging this team.
He is. Yeah, he's not the agent team. He's legal drinking age now. Apparently he's gonna have a party. I asked him to lobby. You know, you're gonna be safe out there, social distancing. Don't want you getting anyone sick. Apparently there's only gonna be 10 people. Sammy, of course, is a nerd, so nobody's going to be touching each other in that party.
Gee.
You'd be very far apart. Everyone's gonna be kind of like awkwardly shuffling their feet and stuff. You know how it is at
Yeah.
nerd gatherings. Probably just talking about Dota most of the time they're there anyways. But he was hyped. He
10
wanted this
seconds
game to get
remaining.
underway as quickly as possible. He was tired of the delays. He had his party.
5 seconds remaining.
But we're here now. Probably Zoomer through this draft too.
That's what they want to do. They're partying without him apparently. So he wants to get there. He wants to hang out, be in the party, do his thing. We'll see. Nature's Prophet picked up for Infamous Gaming. Tiny Void Spirit, early Void Spirit pick. I feel like we've seen Void Spirit be like a 5 or a 5th pick just about every time we've seen him. Kind of shocked that he's picked up so early in this situation.
Radiant
He really
team
hasn't
back.
been banned earlier than the last banning phase either. So it seems like an early commitment to Void Spirit. How do you see it as a pick this early?
It makes a lot of sense. It's strong enough that it's fine to
10
pick
seconds
in the
remaining.
early phase, and of course, if you're flex picking it, you're in a fine position as well.
5 seconds
Void
remaining.
Spirit and Tiny are both able to play the mid. That, of course, means that they do have a little bit of flexibility with it, but it's not like okay, we have one support, like a position 5, and then we have one here that can go mid or 4. They both kind of interchangeably have revealed what they want to do. Infamous has a little bit of an easier time with how they've done it. Again, we see Nature's Prophet everywhere on the map. 1, 2. We don't often see it on the 1, but we see it in the mid. We see it in the position 3. We see it on the 4, or not the 4, the 5 sometimes.
Sometimes the 5. We saw one last game with Yoar playing it. That's hasn't really been the case for where we've seen it for the most part this event. Definitely worked there though for the side of Quincy Crew.
10 seconds
I don't think that's really a hero that
5
we'd see
seconds
P.A.K.A.'s on. At least
Radiant
in my
team
eyes,
back.
I think he's not the one position to play like a Nature's Prophet. Based on what we've seen him play, he's been very favorable towards like TB, Gyro, as well as like Spectre.
Infamous turn to ban.
You know, not your Nature's Prophets.
You're not Nature's Prophets. I like it.
Ember, Phoenix getting banned by 4 Zoomers, and then Centaur banned by Infamous with the
Radiant
Batrider and the
team
Beastmaster. So control and offlaners have been the name of the game. It seems like they're just banning monkeys forever, and that seems to be like what a lot of teams do against 4 Zoomers. It's just ban
They
monkeys
do.
forever.
I've just banned monkeys forever. He's no longer allowed to play the game. I like it though.
10
Banning out
seconds
a lot of
remaining.
things monkeys forever can play. He does feel like the backbone of the team a lot of the
5
time. If he's not
seconds
able to
remaining.
at least do a decent job in the off lane, it's difficult for them to play. I really like watching what he does in his game because I feel like he's such a smart offlaner. They pick his stuff usually a little bit later in the draft, and he has a very big impact because, of course, he's also like the brood player, so they
Infamous
last
Yeah, yeah.
turn to
every
ban.
once in a while.
I was
But,
actually going to say that too.
It's wild though. A lot of the heroes that he's really good at, he's like your main concern. There is, of course, like a lot of the heroes that Gunner plays. The Ember Spirit is very scary. They banned it out themselves though, so they don't have to worry about
10
that. And
seconds
Sammy
remaining.
Boy's Terrorblade is
Infamous
insanely
turn
good
to
too.
pick. Radiant
So many like
team
small
pick.
things on Zoomers that you have to worry about, but the fact that they banned out Monkeys Forever's things instead of anybody else's specialty heroes just goes to show like what a large impact Monkeys Forever has.
Yeah, and this has been the case for a while, that people have just been focusing Monkeys Forever and his heroes and his hero pool.
10
A
seconds
little bit
remaining.
different than, say, like the Bulldog hero pool,
5 seconds
as it's been called
remaining.
before. But,
It's more of a puddle, but yeah.
You know. But this one's like a whole pool. You're using every single band just to make sure that Monkeys Forever doesn't exactly have a good time with whatever he gets. But you need to be careful. You need to figure out, like, don't give him the brood. Make sure that like your game is ready for a brood. Like you said earlier, he's the brood player. I'm interested to see if 4 Zoomers are going to go back to that like 1 Wisp. I know they've been trying to do that a couple of times, and it's still available here. That may not be the hero that honestly I want to see, but it's not my control. We've seen 4 Zoomers lose with it, I think, every single time that they've picked up that 1 Wisp so far.
Infamous turn to
Yeah.
pick.
There's Venge from 4 Zoomers. So you've got Lockdown, you've got swap capabilities, you've already banned the Faceless Void. You know, you do have that swap for like the Arrow Cogs combo if you want to get somebody out of that contraption.
Yeah, that one is a pretty big
10
issue.
seconds
Vengeful Spirit is generally played with some sort of other aura hero
5
as well. I
seconds
think the
remaining.
other day, just yesterday, we saw Vengeful Spirit pick for the last series. It would have been like a perfect game to round the draft out with a Medusa,
Radiant team pick.
but the enemy team picked an AoE mage, so it became too risky at that point. Right now, they do have the Medusa in
Radiant
the
team
pool.
back.
Dry Ranger's also in the pool. They take Terrorblade instead. All right, that's reasonable too. Something that can save the Terrorblade from getting jumped on, like you said, by like the Cogs arrow combo. You can swap them out after he's like X-torrented so he doesn't get hit by a boat and save him.
10
And the
seconds
extra
remaining.
attack range and base stats that he gets from Vengeful Spirit Aura is super helpful too.
5 seconds remaining.
So it's not that bad pairing the Terrorblade with the Vengeful Spirit. I definitely think like a Medusa or a
Infamous
Drow Ranger
turn to ban.
or even a Luna's works a little bit better in conjunction with it.
Radiant team
But
back.
it's like I said, Sammy Boy on this Terrorblade is very scary. A lot of the time it's respect banned. Infamous Gaming is going to have a tough time playing against that one.
Yeah, you know, you let the Terrorblade go through. We've seen this hero, I think, have a perfect tournament so far. I don't know about yesterday. Did you guys see a Terrorblade loss?
I don't think we did. I don't recall the Terrorblade loss. No.
Infamous turn to
The
ban.
that was a
almonds in
Terrorblade
my
loss.
brain
First
are
series.
active.
Radiant
Yeah.
team.
Haven Liberty lost with the Terrorblade. That's probably, I believe, the first and only loss, if I know my stats correctly. Oh no, no, that's okay. So yeah, it lost once, but you know, you're making sure you're banning monkeys forever to the point where you've banned all offlaners and
10
allowed a Terrorblade to go
seconds
through.
remaining.
That seems
Yeah.
counterintuitive, I
5
guess.
seconds
You know,
remaining.
you're trying to really shut down, and now you let like a Timber Saw through. Like Timber here seems solid, and you've banned all these offlaners, and he still manages to get something that looks good.
Yeah, and you still don't really need to commit any of these heroes to any lanes until you figure out the last
10
pick.
seconds
Again,
remaining.
you probably want to put the Timber Saw up against the Kunkka in the mid lane or something like
5
that. But
seconds
Void
remaining.
Spirit can be played in the 4 or either the mid or the 4. Vengeful Spirit is obviously going to be the position 5, but Tiny is also being played as the 4 or the or even the mid 2. So again, for Zoomers, extremely flexible draft. The only thing that's really decided of who's going to go where is the Vengeful Spirit being played in the top